remember from draft night that night?
Just being with my family, just sweating and waiting for a call. So that was about it, But just enjoying the moment, and that was pretty much it. Just being with my family, and just waiting for a call.
Were you shocked at all that the Lions passed on you? And everybody had you going the Lions.
Well, you hear a lot of talk, but you never know what can happen. So I'm happy where I'm at. So.
Do you hold it against them anymore? I mean, still,
no,
like,
I'm happy. I'm happy I'm around.
So you have more sacks against the Lions than any non-division team. Is that just a coincidence, or you just playing angry out there?
I'm just playing football. A lot of them sacks were against Matt, so and he's with us now. But just playing the game, just playing football. So.
Aaron, when you think about Leonard Floyd, what's the first word that comes into your head?
Playmaker. I think he like a salad assassin. He fly around, make a ton of plays. It's fun to see him out there work. So having 2 years to be with him, to grow, us learning off each other, playing with each other well, and he's having a lot of success.
Yeah, when just psychologically speaking, right? When you're lined up next to a guy who's got sort of that like looming, tall, like lengthy presence, and he's just kind of quietly staring down the quarterback. Like, what does that do psychologically for you guys, and then also against the quarterback?
What you mean? What do it do for us? Just to have him
like
with us?
Just mentally to have him like with that.
Well, he's a playmaker. I know he's a big guy, but he's a playmaker. Anytime you got guys that make plays, make big plays for you, you're gonna be excited them guys out there on your side of the ball. So, he's just playing good football.
How long did it take you to crack him open a little bit, personality-wise?
He had a little bit more open this year. He's cracking a lot more jokes and saying a lot more. Start seeing more of his personality this year. So he opened up a lot more this year than last year. So.
Aaron, you were here when Jared Goff came in. You guys spent 5 seasons together. What's it going to be like getting a chance? I mean, playing against him and actually having a shot at hitting him.
It's gonna be fun, it's competition, opportunity to, just make a play. I've been texting him this week, just cracking jokes here and there. So, we're gonna do our job and get after him and trying to, have some success. So,
is that? I know you've talked about it's a business, and I know players move around, but is that going to be? Is it going to be a little weird when you? I mean, you have to go after. You're going to go after him full speed. And
no, I ain't gonna be weird at all. I told him get ready. I told him I'm gonna come after him, so he know what it is. So, but I'm gonna go out there, fly around, trying to make my plays when they present themselves. So, hopefully I get to him a couple times. So.
What did he say back in the text if he said that?
He says something funny back, but that's between us. So.
Have you seen
Aaron, I was just gonna ask. Sorry, going back a couple years, you're the only defensive player left on this team from that big game against the Chiefs, that 54-51 game. What do you remember from that game?
It was an exciting game, a lot of back and forth. A big play here, you sit down, then score a touchdown right back on the field. So it was definitely a fun game, but a lot of big time plays from defense to offense was going on in that game. So
do you think the NFL will ever see a game that high scoring again?
I don't know. Probably now with all these different offenses and playmakers we got on offense, and so maybe. So.
Have you seen Michael Brockers since the trade?
Yeah, we talk every week. We got a group FaceTime. We talk every week. We just were talking yesterday. It was me, Fox, and Bash. We talk every week. So we got like a real brotherhood. So we always communicate. So we've been talking to Brock too, talking some trash. So
Is that going to be bittersweet?
What you mean, just playing against him?
Well, I've seen him.
I've seen him, because he's on the other side of the ball. But he know what our mindset is. So we gonna get after him, but it's gonna be love after the game.
Aside from his obvious leadership and presence, how does his absence affect the defense, the line?
Just the presence he brought in the run game. I think he was a solid run player for us. He did a lot in the run game for us. So guys like Ashawn have stepped up, trying to fill some big shoes with Brock being gone. Been doing a great job. So he's definitely missed. So.
What's he meant to you in your career?
He's been with me since day one. So you build a bond with somebody that is like a real brotherhood, somebody that you're close with outside of football. You hang with a lot. So we just got a close relationship. So I wish he was still here, but he's not. So
if you're chasing down Jared, right, and you end up wrapping him up and you land on top of him.
Maybe not. I get fined. Get the flag. So maybe if I land and roll off, all right, go ahead. Land and roll to the side.
So what's the aftermath of that? What's said in that moment? Do you think?
I'm in a moment type of guy, so it could be anything. You know, I might bark at him. I might say something. I don't know. It depends how the game going. You know, how the crowd got me pumped up. But you know, I'm more in a moment type of person. So hopefully I get to him and ask me after the game.
All right.
Well, thanks, Aaron. Appreciate
Yep.
it. Thanks, Aaron.
So,
Jalen, just want to go back just to Sunday for a minute. The rotations you guys did, and especially Dante Dion kind of stepping into a widely expanded role. What did you see from him, and what did you enjoy that screen slip that you made with Steph afterward?
yeah, I thought it was a good game from the defense for the most part. I came up here last week and I said that it was going to be like a whole group effort, and it was. We saw guys step up, and we saw guys doing well in their roles last week. Obviously, Dante did a great job stepping in his role, bring the juice, bring the energy, had some good plays out there. Bird just came in there. He did a good job in his limited reps that he had, but on his role. Rap did a good job, put more on his play. He did a great job. And then obviously Jordan also played a great game. Scooter came up with his first NFL interception. And then at the end of the game, Juju got to get in there and play a little bit too, so that was cool. All the DBs who were active last week got to play a little bit, so that was super cool for us in our secondary room, and something that I think everybody was proud of, kind of each other for that. And yeah, I was having fun out there, and the size difference between the O-lineman and me is a little bit different, so I found my way to beat that block and make a tackle, so it was fun.
What do you think is going to be like this week playing against Jared Goff?
It'd be cool. It'd be cool.
I mean, you've had a couple years. I know it's not always ones-on-ones and stuff, but are you looking forward to it? Do you feel like you guys know everything he can do, good, bad, and otherwise, or kind of how do you approach that?
I approach every game the same, personally. I think I kind of say that every week when I come over here, that I approach every game the same, because I truly do. I take it for what it is, a new opportunity, an NFL game. It's super important to me, so I'm going to go out there and play the best of my abilities, and I think that's kind of everybody else's mindset as well, regardless of if we know Jared or not.
Jalen, as someone who's gone against Robert Woods in practice plenty of times, what are his strengths and what makes him a unique receiver?
I feel like he can do everything that you look for in a receiver. Definitely has the hands to catch any throw that the quarterback makes. Has some speed to him. Is aggressive, attacking the ball, and then yards after catch. He's super good at that. So just practicing against him in the limited times that we do go ones-on-ones, he seems like it's just a complete receiver who can play multiple different positions and do everything. So I'm sure he turns it up on Sunday, kind of like the rest of us do. So yeah, I'm glad he's on the team.
Going back to when you were being recruited by USC. Did you ever
You
meet
throwing it
Robert?
back.
Yeah, way back. Did you ever meet Robert? Do you remember during that process or anything?
I don't know. I met a lot of people during that time. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't
Not
want to
memorable
misspeak.
if you did.
Yeah, it was a great time. But met a lot of people. Yeah.
When the defense lost Michael Brockers as well as John Johnson, it was seen as a lot of defense going out a lot of leadership going out the door. Has that been overcome? Is it a process? Ongoing?
It's always a process. We always got to grow, but I would say so. I think right now, if you look at how we've been playing, look at the team's success, I think that you can say we've been doing a pretty good job so far. But obviously, yeah, we hope to continue growing.
Hey, Jalen, what do you, maybe a loaded question, but what do you think is, if you think there is one at all, do you think there's any misconception about like what your role is? And if so, I mean, I saw the shared note about the broadcast meeting and all of that. Like,
crazy,
do you think
right?
there's a misconception about what you do? And if so, what specifically do you think that is?
I'm not sure. I don't know what people think. Nor do I really care. Just because, honestly, as long as I'm doing what I got to do for the team, my teammates, and then the coaches, obviously, as well. But mostly my teammates, then I'm cool with it. And I go out there and I give it my all, and I try to glorify God. So it is what it is. They'll figure it out or they won't. And I'm going to say they won't.
What's the nonverbal communication like if, like, you line up on the edge and Jared, for example, looks over and sees you there or wherever you're going to be? What's kind of going through about, like, your mind and you think through his mind when he's got to identify where you are and what kind of threat you might be?
I'm sure a lot will be going through his head. He got to focus on AD too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not just me in the secondary, and you got AD and Flo and some other guys on this defense too. So.
But they're typically going to be in the same spot. You might be anywhere, and he's got to know where you are.
Hey, part of the game. So I don't know what'll be going on in his mind. I don't know. I'm cool with it though. He'll figure it out, or maybe he won't. I don't know. I don't know.
All set?
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Jalen.
Thanks, Jalen.